Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack the hidden stories in companies' financial statements. And sometimes, what looks like a simple change of hands can actually be a major turning point. In our latest dive, we're looking at a Form 8K filing from BrooQLy Inc, which also does business as Dynamic Aerospace Systems. This report, while brief, gives us a peek into a key leadership change that could signal future ambitions. We'll be breaking down exactly what this means for the company. Before we jump in, if you like getting these clear, no-nonsense breakdowns of financial filings, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we've also got a thriving Discord community where we chat about these things further. The link is in the description below. So, the big news here is a change in the company's finance department. On the 20th of January 2026, Dynamic Aerospace Systems Incorporated appointed Robin Hoops as their interim chief financial officer. Now, you might think an interim CFO is just a temporary fix. But let's see what else this filing says. This isn't just anyone stepping in. The filing highlights that Ms. Hoops has a serious amount of experience, over 20 years, working in all sorts of financial areas. We're talking about things like treasury, which is managing a company's cash, financial reporting, which is how they tell their financial story, and even senior management roles. She has worked with companies of all kinds, both private and those whose stocks you can buy on the stock market, and not just in the United States, but also in Canada. What is really important here is her direct experience with public companies. She has managed the kinds of reports that companies like this have to file with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC for short. Think of things like yearly and quarterly financial reports, documents for when they want to sell more stock, and how they talk to their investors. She also has a strong background in complex accounting topics, like how to record business combinations, which means when companies merge or one buys another. Her credentials are also quite impressive. She is a chartered professional accountant, which is a big deal in Canada, and she also has a Master of Science degree. This shows a level of expertise that is likely needed for what the company is aiming for. Now, this is where the why really comes into play. The company states that bringing Miss Hoops on board is to strengthen their financial leadership. But here is the kicker. It is also to help them get ready to be listed on a national stock exchange. This means they might be aiming to move from a smaller, perhaps over-the-counter market to a bigger exchange like the Nasdaq or the New York Stock Exchange. This is a significant step for any company as it can lead to more investors, better visibility, and potentially more capital. The filing also confirms that there are no special deals or understandings between Miss Hoops and anyone else that led to her appointment. She is not related to any current executives or directors, and she doesn't have a direct stake in any transactions that need to be disclosed. This suggests a straightforward professional hiring. One detail to note is that the specifics of Miss Hoops' compensation haven't been finalized yet. This is pretty common, and the details will be disclosed in a future filing once they're ironed out. Interestingly, the report also lists a press release dated the 22nd of January, just a few days after the appointment, with the exact same title about Miss Hoops' appointment. This suggests the company is keen to get the word out about this change. The report is signed by Kent Wilson, who is the CEO and chairman of the board. This indicates that this appointment is a strategic decision coming from the very top of the company. So, what is the story here? BrooQLy Incorporated, operating as Dynamic Aerospace Systems, is clearly making a play to elevate its status in the financial markets, hiring an experienced CFO even on an interim basis initially, with a strong track record in public company reporting and financial controls, strongly suggests they are serious about meeting the rigorous requirements of a national stock exchange. This isn't just about filling a position. It's about building the financial infrastructure and credibility needed for a significant growth phase like an uplisting. This move signifies a step towards greater transparency and compliance, which is crucial for attracting institutional investors and larger shareholders. While it is still early days to see the direct financial impact of Ms. Hoops' arrival without seeing the actual financial statements she'll be overseeing, this appointment is a clear signal of the company's ambition. The risks for a company looking to uplist often involve meeting stricter financial reporting standards, maintaining consistent profitability, and managing investor expectations. The opportunity, however, is a much wider pool of capital and increased liquidity for their stock. In conclusion, the appointment of Robin Hoops as interim CFO is a strategic move by BrooQLy Incorporated. It is a clear indication of their intent to mature as a public company and pursue a major step like an uplisting. We'll be watching closely to see how this impacts their future filings and, more importantly, their business trajectory. Alright, that is our breakdown of this 8K filing. What's your take on this leadership change and what it might mean for Dynamic Aerospace Systems? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description to keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Decode.